we are going to make this beautiful tag with around we go dies and a bag. Okay, so we're going to make the bag in the gorgeous lavender, perennial lavender paper. Okay, so I've already cut out, and what's happened to the third? Oh, this is a good start. I've cut all three out. Oh, it's there. It's sort of facing the other way. These are, let me show you the dies. So the dies, we've got all of these dies, which are great because this cuts out the part of your rosette. I've seen it done with 2 and I've seen it done with 3. I'm using 3. You can use 2 as well. I've seen that, and I'm going to do a bit of experimenting with it as well. And I've seen somebody cut one down smaller as well, so I'm going to be going and doing that as well. This one here you can use on the rosette and that one as well, and these circles. And I don't know whether you can see that this has got holes in, so this will just cut out holes, same as this one. It won't cut out the shape. You've got some lovely embossing going off there, 2 little circles as well, so great set to have. So what I've done is I've cut out 2 for the front and the back, so you'll see what happens with those. But I've cut out 2 of the smaller, using a smaller die, this one here, not the big one. The big one has actually got pointed edges, and this one's got round. So I'm using the round one. I will obviously make a flower with that and do different things with that as well. So I've cut 2 out in the now I've lost my bone folder. What's happened to my bone folder? In fact, I want that in front of me so I can see what I've done. Where's it gone? I've had it out there. I can't see for looking. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the centre thing. Now, don't be too rough with this, because if you do, these are quite fine and you could actually break them off. So I'm taking them quite high, bending them up quite high and round. So I'm going to do that. So there, and that gives it that lovely shape there. Going to do the same with the next one. So I thought I'd work with Highland Heather for a change, because I don't often do like flowers in Highland Heather. Sorry, Gorgeous Grape. Oh dear. So I'm going to do that. Right, so they're all there. So I'm going to glue these 2 together, and they can be set in. So you could use a glue dot if you wanted to. Just stagger them. Just have to mess about with them to get them to stagger properly. There. But they are finer than the Daisy Punch, so they are quite nice. So I'm going to keep that shape. I'm going to, and then sure they bent a little bit, so we'll leave that to dry a minute. And as I say, I've already done 2 and concertinaed them. And what I do myself is I'm going to use the pointed edge. So you've got 2 sides. You can either use the round edge or the pointed edge. So I'm using the pointed edge, and it's going to, how I fasten them on is I put this underneath so that it makes a finished off edge. So I'm going to glue that in a minute. In fact, actually I'll do that one first. So I'll put glue on this one. There we go, put the glue on that one, and then I tuck it underneath and align it so that it's level with there, and then just go down there, and that can be gluing together while I'm doing this next part. So what I like to do is, I know that that one is going to fit under there, so that's going to be up, so do it that way, and then I'm going to bend in your concertina. Now when I made the first one, because this is directional in that you can have it going up or so you can have it striped that way or striped that way. When I did the first one, I did the stripes going down, but I thought I'd try this one with the stripes going round and see what that does. So I've got quite a few ideas for these. I'm quite excited with what I've got planned. So they're great because you don't have to do all your you can make these without the die, but you don't get the nice edges, and as I say, you've got choices. Right, so this one's going to go up, so again I'm going to put the glue on here. Oh, I forgot to switch my glue gun on, just bear with me. I'm going to put this on here and marry it up, so I just make sure the points are married up, and it doesn't matter if you squash a few together, just do that. Now before, because what I did on this one, and you can do what I did on the first one, is I've put a hole on two of them, and I did use my pokey tool because I'd not thought about how I was going to do it, and when I tried using my punch, it wouldn't go because I couldn't squash all the others out of the way. So I thought, well, why didn't you do it while it was still like this? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move the rest out of the way. I'm going to pick two and flatten it, and I've got a tiny punch. It must be a 16th this. Don't know whether it, oh it does, it is 1/16. So that is just absolutely perfect. But again, you could use your pokey tool because it would be about the same time, and you could put your pokey tool in there using your Stampin' Pierce mat. But I just thought, got a punch, I'm going to use it. Okay, so then I'm going to carry on because I'm going to put this together. So again, I'm going to put my adhesive on here and bring that up there, and then put those two together to make sure that they're the same, and just give it a minute to actually dry. Now I did switch it on, didn't I? Okay, so yeah, they're all done. So I'm just going to leave that a moment, so that's going to dry like that, and I'm going to go and do my leaves. Now the leaves, there is a brand new set that's got something very similar to these in, but in clearance the Frame Floret dies, and these are from that set. So your dies, great dies, you've got this that cuts out your heart, you've got your ovals, and then you've got this lovely sprig, and this, and there of course your leaves. Great for I use it lots, so I thought I'd do that. Cut these out of there because as I say, you can still get these, and they were a similar shape to some new ones. And what I'm going to do of course is play with my blending brushes, because this will hopefully go in and out of colour. I should have done it the other way actually, but never mind. There we go. Start from the bottom this time, that's better. And just go pick up that off the mat. There. And last one to pick up. Okay. So you can do them as dark as you like. There's no wrong or right way of doing them. So I'm going to have it go in and out of colour like that. Okay, so I've learnt my lesson today, and I have brought with me, of course, my chamois, but I've remembered to get pieces. As I say, I normally do that, and it does come off quite quickly. I don't want to keep you waiting too much today, so I just wipe my hands on it as well. Okay, so now, yes, I think my glue gun. Now, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see me glue this because my glue gun won't reach. Just let me put my pad back. So that was Pretty Peacock. This is the Summer Splash, I think, colour. So all I'm doing is putting it down like that, and I'm going to bunch it in a bit, and I'm going to glue it on to my circle like this. But as I say, I'll have to do it off camera because my glue gun, well actually no I don't, I've just got to put some glue on there, so bear with me. I'm just gonna, so all I've done is put some hot glue in there like that, and just get that and just bunch it together like that. Just hold it a second or two and turn it over. Not quite got it in the middle, so let me see if I can move it before it, no, it doesn't matter, it's on the back, nobody's really going to look at that, it dries that quick. Okay, so now I'm going to put this on here, and I'll get this one central, so I'm just going to pop some glue on there. So I've just got my glue gun. Now I can position this so that it is central. Okay, just hold that. You can use Tombow, that will stick it. Glue gun makes things easier. Okay, right, now I've got to see where my tag's going to face, so that's going to be up. So I need to put that way, and look where my holes are, that's it. I'm going to do this properly. I'm just going to switch my glue gun off. I don't need it anymore now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've got an old stamp set called Parcel and Petals, and it's got a to and from on it. So I'm just going to, and there's lots of sets that has to and from on it. I've got some very old sets that have got to and from on it. As I say, I'm just going to ink up and just going to position it in the middle there, and there we go. So there, we've got that on the back. I'm just going to, oh no, while that's completely drying, I'm just going to bring in my next one for stamping. So from the same set, I'll just bring it, and I was selling this set, a little something. I thought that was really good. So here's the to and from, and a little something, look. And I'm just going to put this on my block. I'm going to put this, stamp this about here. Let's just make, oh no, just make sure that it's stamped up nicely, and then get it there. Now I'll tell you what, there we go, lovely. Okay, just going to remove that a minute. Right, I'll tell you what size I've done this. So I've actually, this one was bigger and I thought I'm going to make it smaller. This is 5/8 of an inch. Now the reason I have got a long piece, because I found that when I was trying to mess about with the size of that, I was getting in a mess poking it down here. So what I'm going to do is take this down here, push it all the way, make sure it's level. So I've just cut a random piece that I'm happy. Or shall I take it? Let's have a look. I'm just going to take a little bit more off that. So I just judged it to, let me turn it the right way, just judged it. So to whereabouts I wanted it, that'll be fine, I think. That's a little close to the edge now, but I know I should pull it back a bit. No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It won't stick out. I won't stick it out as far. So I will then decide on what length, when I've put my thing together, I will decide on whereabouts going to fit. Of course, we don't want the back, we want the front, but we may as well put in our baker's twine. So I've got some wire here. I don't know whether it will snap. Yes, it will snap. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to put it together and take this through and see if I can get it. Now, how did I do the other one? Yeah, that's right. I took it through there. In fact, I'm going to do it the other way. I'm going to thread it with this tightened bit here. So I'm going to just pop that through. It'll let me. Yeah. And through the other side. Come on. You can just poke it through, but I thought this might actually be easier, but it's easier said than done by the looks of things. Squash that even more now. Just want to just poke it through these holes. Going to flatten it. I'll get it through in a minute. Sheer determination. Let's see, it's coming through now. Right. Yeah, there we go. So I've got that through. Going to get it through enough that I can open it back up. So I'm going to use my pokey tool for assistance. Opening it up there. And then just going to slide my piece. Now I've just halved what I had left, to be honest. So this is 7 inches long. I'm just going to open it up a bit more actually. Oh, let's make it wider, make it easy for yourself. Then I'm just going to pop this like that and allow it to pull it through. There we go, easy peasy. Okay, so I will tie that onto the bag later, so I'm going to leave that for now. Now just, you know, that's the top, that's why I've put that, so I can bear that in mind, that that's my top. Okay, so now let's go for putting it together. So I've cut out 2 of these sprigs. Now ages and ages ago they had some foil paper always coming out, the foils in different colours, and it could have been at the same time that they I think that one went about there, same time that the Splendid Day came out, because I think actually it's Fresh Freesia, the colour, but it seems to work well with the colours that I'm using, so I thought, why not? If you've got the foil, use it. So you could do gold, you could do silver, really. That would look really nice, silver, particularly against this that I'm just using. I think I'll bring that to that side. Okay, so I'm going to put those two like that there. Right, now my flower, I wanted a centre, and I've got this rose gold again. Pick this up. It's very similar to Blushing Bride, goes with everything again. So let's see where, here we go. What I did is I put a mini in the centre. So I'm going to put a mini in the centre, but I'm going to fold it down. So I'm just wanting it to bend and not be flat, wanting it to round. So I'm just bending it really round my mini, and then I'm going to take my mini back off, and how did I position it? Positioning it on my flower, kind of like that. There we go, that's fine. Right, now I put a something dimensional on the bottom. I think I've got a regular size one, so I'm just going to put a regular size dimensional on the bottom, and then we can put that to one side and a little bit down. I think about there, I think I'll have it. Okay, so oops, I wonder if I can remove my mini again. In fact, now I've removed it, I'll stick some extra glue on it. So I wanted my, I forgot to check where my string was, so let's just do that. There we go. And bunch these up again, just tuck them up a bit. Give it plenty of 3D and movement. Okay, and then I'm just going to stick my leaves in. Stick one coming out. You can weave it in and out, or underneath, or on top, wherever you like them. No wrong and right. And again, put this one, I think that can go in the bottom there somewhere, and then another one up here. Okay, I think I'll stick it about there. And then this little something, I want to cut that down now. So I'm seeing where I want it to come. So I want it to come out there. I'm going to actually cut it about there. So just be guided by your, when you've made it, to where you want it. So I will tell you what size that to tuck it underneath. Yeah, that's going to tuck underneath there. And did I just absolutely just put it down. I didn't put it on dimensionals or anything. I put it straight down onto the card. So that's ended up being 1 7/8. So in their finished size, 1 7/8. So this one, and tuck it under or tuck it over. Up. Yeah, I think I'll tuck it over there and I'll bring that one back. So I'm going to glue that in there. That's it like that. So put plenty of glue on the back. And just say tuck that in. Doesn't matter if it goes at an angle. And I'm going to bring this leaf back down now. That can sit on the top. And let's just pull this out from underneath and let that come on the top there. Okay. So I might change it up. I might put this under there, I think. Yeah, I think I'll do it that side. Or do I want it this side? Oh, I'll leave it there. I'll put it back where I put it. Okay, so just tuck that in there. Just sort your petals out. You seems to have stuck on there a bit. Right, and I think actually I'd quite like a little bit there, and I've had some kicking about. See if I've got anywhere where I can make a little. I've got any up here. Let me just check. No, I'll just get the paper. So this is what it is, the rose glimmer paper, and I'm just going to cut myself I'm just going to have one. I've got in there. I've got the bag stuff in there. Come on. There you go. Be cutting another out if you're messing me up. Yeah, I'll be cutting another. I don't know where that one went. But bear with me. See if I can get this one this time. I can see them both. They're stuck. Come on. They're stuck down there. Where's my poker tool gone? Come on, why are you gone down there? There's that one. Unbelievable. They are disappearing. How bizarre is that? Is that one? Yes, I found it. There. So I decided I'll just want one just there. Okay. Use my putty to actually pick it up and pop it on there. So there we go. Coordinates with it now. Okay. Right. So there is our tag ready for our bag. So and then it's got your to and from on the other side. So I think that's really pretty. Right, so move that out of the way and we'll get on with the bag now. Right, so what you want now is a piece of DSP that measures 12 by 10.5. So what's your direction? If you've got directional paper like me, watch it to make sure you get it right. Okay, so I'm going to remove my blade because I don't want any accidents, because this is the last whole piece I've got. Okay, so I'm going to turn it so it's on its side, but my pattern is going like this. So when I'm turning it on my side, I want what will be the top part, and I'm going to do 1.5. So I'm going to do 1.5 on this side. Okay, let's see. I'm just thinking about this. I do it automatically all the time. No, want it the other side. Want it the other side. So use the reverse. So I had to think about that. Use the reverse. Okay, because we're going to have this bent over. So this is going to be 1.5 and you're going to score it. Then we're going to turn it back the other way, and this time we're going to have the score line to the right hand side, and I'm going to put this in at 2 inches and get it straight. 2 inches. Okay, 2 inches, and we're going to 2 inches, and we're going to score that. Okay, then we're going to turn it to our 12. So that was our 10.5 inch side. So let me go through that. You want the reverse of your pattern and score at 1.5, then turn it to your pattern side and score at 2. Then we're going to put it on the 12-inch side and we're going to score it at 2 inches. And this is going to be 2 inches. And 5 3/4. 5 3/4. Make sure you're keeping it level at the top. And then 7 3/4. 7 3/4. And 11.5. So we're going to do 11.5. Okay. 11.5. Okay, now we're going to do this a bit different, so I hope I get it right and I don't make a mistake. Okay, so first of all, we'll go round and we'll burnish all our creases. So do all your creases. Make sure you've got it level. Such pretty paper this. I'm so glad that they have put it into the annual catalogue, because it would have been such a shame for this to have had such a short season. We turn it around the other side to do this side. Okay, there we go. Now your narrow, no, this is the biggest chunk you're going to fold up, because that's going to be, so that's your 2 inch where you scored your 2 inch. However, your 1.5 you are going to fold down like that. Okay, there. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut up the bottom score line. So I'm going to start with the big one. So cutting up that score line to your score line, move it along, cut up my score line to there, and cut up score line to there, cut up my score line to my next score line. And this time when I turn it over, so I've got this bottom piece, I'm going to jump over the score line and just wedge. Okay, so just wedge slightly there. Okay, so take that off. Now the top part here, be careful, okay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to wedge this bottom part there. So that's before the score line. Look, there was the score line. I've done that. Then I'm going to wedge slightly the top. Okay, now I'm also going to wedge the top of this, and you'll see why I've done that, because that's going to be a tuck-in one. Okay, right, now we're going to have 2 pieces of, and I've chosen, you can just use scrap card, and I've chosen to use Gorgeous Grape. Got loads of scraps of those, and these measure 1 1/4 by 3 1/2, and you want 2 of those. And what we're going to do is we're going to put liner tape, and I'm going to use this new bag I've got. I'll leave my narrow one, I think. There we go. I'm going to do this. I'll just cut that off. Where's my old scissors? Let's just cut that off. Get that rid of that. So that's out of the way. Right. So I'm going to put one, not exactly at the top, but quite near the top. What's going on there now? And that's okay. So I'm going to put pieces on here. So I think I'm going to put 3 pieces. So 3, 1 in about the middle. And then 1 at the bottom. So I'm going to turn over and do exactly the same. So there we go. Turn that over, do exactly the same. Just make sure they're well adhered. And we're going to do that to both. Okay. So if you're getting on with it and you're following me, then this is what we're doing. Just going to do 3 on each side. Now this is a clever way of doing this, and this is not my design. This is Susanna Jepson that has taught me this, my upline manager. So she's taught me how to make this designer bag. The measurements are of course mine, because we made a little one, a little sweet bag with a little sweet tag, but I've enlarged it. Set up. That's okay. And this scissors getting sticky. That's why I don't use my best ones. In fact, I've got another pair out because I don't know what I've done with my scissors. They are somewhere about and I cannot find them. So goodness knows where they've gone. They should be kicking around somewhere, but where? I've not a clue. Okay. So nearly there. Oh dear, that's bunched that up, I think. And I don't want to bunch, so I might have to snip that bit off if it's going to be a hassle. That's better. Right, just move them out of the way. I'm just going to go in there, see if I can, I'm going to cut it off. Because I don't want it sticking up. Or is it flattening? Oh, it's flattening. There, that's fine. Okay, so good idea to rub and adhere them with your bone folder, and then you get less problems with them. Okay. Okay. So do that on both. Okay, put those to one side. Right, now this is where you need a ruler, and this is going to be extremely difficult to actually see. Let me just move this because of the paper. You might be able to see it, but we'll see. Okay, so you want your top part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure in, and I use these because it's a nice straight edge. I'm going to go from my my first score line, and I'm going to measure, let me see, I'm going to measure in 7/8 of an inch. So I'm going to position my ruler at 7/8 of an inch. So I've got 7/8 of an inch here, and mine is a ruler that's you start off at 0, you see. So what I'm doing is putting it at 7/8 of an inch. Okay, butting my piece that I've just done with that. So let's square this off there. And now, keeping that in place, I'm just going to measure up or down, doesn't matter which, 3/4 of an inch from that score line there. So we want 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to put a big, you see, I've put a big dot. Now I'm going to do exactly the same. So this is on your 3 3¾ section. Okay, so just after your tab, we're going to do that. So again, I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to turn my ruler upside down, put my score line at my 7/8 of an inch. So I've got that at 7/8 of an inch. Sending my dotty now because I can see all these others. I'm right there. So, yeah, because that's an 1/8. Yeah, that's right. So I've got it at 7/8. Going to again position, make sure you've got it straight. Position. Come on, I can't see. It's doing my head in, doing it upside down, isn't it? Why does that make it so difficult? Right, that's it. That's at 7/8 of an inch, and I'll just double check now. I know that that's in the vicinity. 7/8. Yeah, 7/8. Got it square. And then again, I'm just going to do 3/4 of an inch. 3/4 of an inch. It's playing me up. Let's start again. My brain's not working properly, and because I'm using the ruler upside down. There. Happy with that. Place it there. Make sure that's straight. I'm going to do 3/4 of an inch like that. I got that. Yeah, that's bang on. Oops. And I'm going to put a dot there. That why that was so difficult, I have no idea. Okay, while we're at this, we may as well do the other side. So again, I'm going to come in my 7/8. In fact, why don't I turn it round and then my brain will stop fussing. Okay, so again, it's on your 3 3/4 bit. So I'm putting that on my score line of 7/8. Then I'm going to make sure that that is square. I've not got it square. Then I'm going to measure up 3/4 of an inch and mark it. It won't matter if you're slightly out. Now I'll have to be careful because there's a mark there, so I will have to be careful with that. So turn it back the other way, do 7/8 of an inch. That's it, this is the easy one. Put that there, then go up 3/4 of an inch. And do that there. Okay, that's the only difficult part. Now I've got an 1/8 of an inch punch, and all I'm going to do is go over those marks, so I'm making sure that I get it exactly and exactly, and there's no pencil mark now because it's gone, so I've chopped it out there and there. Okay, right, that's better now. Right, what we're going to do now is peel off, and it doesn't matter which one you do, we're going to peel off just one of the cards, and then I'm going to centralize this. So card is very tricky to see there, so that's about central. Okay, and I'm going to do the same with the other piece on this bit here, so doesn't matter which side because of course they've both got them. So let's just get these peeled off. I think actually because I used narrow card last time, narrow tape, it wasn't slipping so much, and I think that's what was happening. It was really slipping on these tapes because they're thicker. Okay, now we'll be able to see exactly where our holes are, and what I do is feel my punch actually in the hole and then do it. Okay, so I'm feeling the way we're getting the hole punching. Okay, get rid of that, don't want that in there. Again, I'm going to do it on this one. Oh, it's getting sticky now, so it's not behaving. I'll just put it in there, and there we go. Right, get that out of the way and get rid of those. Right, now what we're going to do now, I remember right, let me bring my bag. So I've got my ribbon, and I want my ribbon like that, so I'm going to screw it up and fit it through this hole, and gonna put it there. Just take it through a bit and make sure your handle is going to lie properly. So I want it like that, yeah, and again push this through, but you can sort your ribbon out when you've got it through your hole anyway, so Don't worry about that. Come on. That's it. Right, now I'm going to sort the ribbon out. Now get it there. Now what I'm going to do, don't take all the release off, okay? You're going to straighten out your ribbon. So straighten out your ribbon, and you're going to bring the release paper up, but don't take it all the way off. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this ribbon on to that red liner tape, and then put down the red liner tape on top. So again, I'm going to sort my ribbon out, going to bring up my release paper, and I'm going to stick it so that it's on there. I can afford to pull that back slightly. Okay, adhere it down and then put your release tape back on like that. Okay, that's it. And just make sure you've sorted your ribbon out and you're happy with your ribbon. Okay, that's it. Happy with that. Okay, and we're going to do the same as that at the other side. So, oh, forgot to tell you the size of my ribbon, sorry. So the ribbon size is 9.5 inches. So I've done 9.5 inches. So my nose is running just a... There we go. Right, so again, I'm going to get my ribbon so that it's exactly the same. Popping it in. Is that the... Yeah, that's right. So I'm going to pop this in, stick it through. And that's one. And make sure your ribbon is doing all right. And we'll pop this into the other side. So I really like this idea because there's no knots. You're not showing your ribbon inside the bag. So it's very clever. Very clever indeed. There we go. So again, what I'm going to do is flatten my ribbon out, bring up my release tape, stick, and pull it back slightly. That's it. And stick it down on my red liner tape, and then bring the tape over the top there, and then do the same at the other side. That can afford to come back slightly. Just flatten it onto your and pull that. Okay, right, now you can take off the other release paper. So you leave that one alone, but the other release paper can now come off. Don't know what's happening there. Come on. Oops. Let's get rid of that and that, and remove that one. In fact, I'll leave that on while I'm messing with this one, so it's not, I'm not getting stuck up with it. Just pull it out of the way and get this off there. Now just really give those a good rub. It's going right up to it. There we go. Right, now for added measure, I like to stick glue as well. So I'm actually going to stick glue on this middle bit. So I'm going to put glue on there. I'm going to put it even on the... Oh, I forgot to fetch that one off. He's shouting at me. Forgot. Go on. I made it slippy with putting glue on it. Okay. Right. Get off. So, begin again. I'm putting glue in between. Glue on the top. Glue on this bit. And glue. Now, I'm not putting all the way to the edge. Leave the edge a bit. And we're going to just glue right and there, right and there, down the sides. And don't put it on the tab yet. So don't put it on that tab yet. So get all the glue. And on top of your newspaper. Okay. So what we're going to do now is fold this down. Okay, like that. Give it a good press. Okay. So give this a jolly good press. Put those angles out of the way. Okay, that's that. Okay, so what we're going to do now is bring the bag so back around, and these should be separate, so move that out of your way. Okay, so I'm now going to put glue on this tab, the big tab here. You should be able to lay that flat. Bring this over, move your tab out of the way. Make sure that you've got your bag level. I'm gonna bring this up a little bit. Match it with the bottom. Make sure it's level with the score lines. With that score line. And I'm going to lift this up now. And I'm going to put glue now onto this tab here. And we're going to just tuck that in underneath. So I'm going to use my pokey tool to get that last bit in there. And then just put some glue on the top of the tab. And then that glues down onto it there. Okay, and that finishes the bag off nice. Okay, just squaring it up a bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just make sure you've got these well adhered. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the two smallest tabs from either side, and I like to put glue all the way on both of them. Okay, and then look, so this part here means I want that one to come forward. So whichever one you've got where your seam is, you want it to go forward, and then this will be the front of the bag, so that will tuck back. Okay, and just make sure your bag's square. And then I've got nice ruler that I'm just going to go in my bag and just get those done like that. I've got another piece of card that measures just slightly, and it is, if my ruler's gonna go, so put it in at 3 3/4, and then just, so if you put your card in at 3 3/4, then just move it an itty bit out of the way like that. Then your side, put it in at 2, and then just move it slightly away from your 2 before cutting it. So that is the base then that fits in for strengthening in your box. Can you see? It's it's very difficult for you to see, but that sits in the bottom there, making your bag lovely. Okay, and then make sure you do this right, because I did this wrong. Make sure you've got your front of your bag facing you, so you don't want the one where it's got the seam on. So put the seam to the back, and then we're going to tie this on to our handle. Oh, I would have done that, wouldn't I? Don't know whether I can just pick that up, or whether it's, let's see if I can tweezer this, else I've got to go for threading it all over again because I was silly then. And oh, phew. Okay, don't let go of it like that because it's heavy now. So I just like to tie, we could tie, let's have a go. I'm going to go to see if I can do a bow actually. So I'll give a little bit of a swing, and I'm not going to cut any off the end of this. Come on. There we go. Let's just tighten that up. There we go. So I've got a little bow on there now, and at the side, but I'm not cutting any off that because the way I did this one is I just knotted the top. So you've got two choices. So that's your bag with your tag. So I think that's pretty. So I like the colours I've used. So the I'll show you what I've done. I don't know whether I've showed you this before or not. I'm just short now of the last year's in colours. So I just need Wild Wheat, Copper Clay, Moody Mauve and Boho Blue is the colours I'm short of. So I've made my own colour wheel and used all the cards, and of course I've just got the in colours. So I've just done the in colours now, but I just found this really useful because I was wondering about the Summer Splash. So if you look at the Summer Splash, you've got these here, and they follow on. So if I move it back one, you can see that Shy Shamrock's in with that, the Pretty Peacock, Lost Lagoon and Summer Splash, you see, they're all kind of tonal colours. So that helped me in thinking about the bag, because the colours in this are your Lost Lagoon and your Pretty Peacock. And so I was confident then that Pretty Peacock is going to go with the Summer Splash. So I found it great to actually do that with. So I hope you like that. Hope you liked my bag and my tag. Please give me a thumbs up and share my video, that would be great. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, because you never know when I'm coming on. I like to surprise people. So thank you very much. Take care, stay safe, stay well. Bye for now.